here for folks like us. Wrong city, wrong people.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of my playthrough of Bannerlord 1.4. And we were in a position that we were going to... How do I do this? We were going to go in here and see if we could even up the score when it came to raiding villages. But before I could do that, before I could even get through the raid, an entire raid of the first village, and I tried it twice, once down here and once up here. The Nords had to, we were forced to capitulate due to war exhaustion. So, that's from the diplomacy mod. Now, I went and I did some research, and it turns out that raiding villages helps to cause that. So does killing troops. But where I was killing little small armies in onesies, one army at a time up here, they were getting, I think, big armies cleared off of, because we were sieging their castle and they come up and cleared us off of that. So they were getting equal numbers of kills, because that's the other thing that leads to war exhaustion. And if you remember when we were looking at the stats, we were pretty close. But they had successfully raided 6, I think it is, of our villages, and we hadn't raided a single one. So I think that's how the math worked out, and we capitulated because of war exhaustion. So I'll try to keep that in mind for the future. But basically what I did is I went and I sold everything that I needed to, and we traveled back up here to kind of home turf territory, you know. And, we're going to do this arena. I'll put you on pause. But we're going to, I think, join the Nords officially now. Because I'm at 720,000. And we'll kind of wait and see how things play. Maybe I want to keep my mercenary contract until the next war. I'm kind of thinking about this live, and whoever we declare war on next, then I will swear fealty, because then we'll get a castle that we can begin to turn into something that can bring money to us. Anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at now. We're in peacetime. I'm going to keep you on pause until something important happens. That's right. Probably the next important thing that's going to happen, because of this amount of money that I have, is we're going to start looking to upgrade our ships, I think is what I'm going to look at. And then I'm going to start looking at getting the best armor I can for myself and my companion well, my companions in general. And so that's like a phase 1 and phase 2 thing happening there. But yeah, let's go ahead and put you on pause. I'll go and do this arena just to see if I can win something cool, and if nothing else, get the renown. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. I got to the very final battle, and I lost that fight against my own companion. He was a promoted Huskarl, and I could not handle his heat. That guy was awesome. We are at Thronderlag here, and it has a level 3 shipyard. So we're gonna go to manage fleet, and we're gonna see what it is that we can upgrade. I have northern shields evidently already. Fine-honed boarding weapons. Crew melee damage 10%. On a light ship, I don't need that. Seaworthiness and cargo capacity. Here we go. Quivers and thrown weapon stacks. I want that. Okay, there's light ores. Then there's ash light ores. Ore power 15%. Oaken wide ores provide more force with each pull, improving maneuverability. Okay, so which one should we take? Do we want raw speed? or maneuverability? On a light ship that I have harrying the enemy, I think I want maneuverability. I think. I might be... Maybe I'm thinking wrong here. Maybe my ship that would be doing the ramming needs maneuverability. I don't think so, though. This ship is supposed to be running circles, like Kuzite cavalry, around the enemy. So I'm going to give it maneuverability. Oh, it's not available in this settlement. Okay, well then, in lieu of that, I will temporarily give it better speed. But we're going to want to replace that eventually. Cotton sails. Travel speed and sail rotation. Lighter and easier to work. Is it already equipped? It must already be equipped, okay. And then we can take a Sea Serpent. Fire damage resistance of plus 40%. Crew shield hit points. In RBM, my archers, when they get to Nord, Sky Gods, Chosen, they do not have shields. So I'm going to go fire resistance. Okay. The Silver Otter needs to be the same thing. So we have Northern Shields already. And we want quivers and throwing weapons. We want speed for now. We've already got the sail. And we want increased fire. Oh, I can't? For whatever reason, I cannot fit this. Okay, fine. My heavy ship. Northern shields already. Here, we are going to want crew melee damage. Why can I not select this? That sucks. So we can't get it because they don't have it for the large ship. They only have it for small ships. I guess we'll take this for now. I want the top speed for better ramming. I've already got the sails. And I want the extra hit points for the shields. Would be good for my large ship because I have all my melee there. Okay, we're going to spend 36,000 gold. We can easily afford that. Now I'm going to set sail. I'm actually going to double back. I should have done this before. But double back and see if Gretisfjord has any of those upgrades that I was looking for. Okay. Repair these ships. Manage fleet. Wave breaker. I already have what I want in that slot. Right here. Not available here either. Okay. And, I have the Sea Serpent equipped, I believe. Yes, it says it equipped. Okay. I think maybe you can only put these on one ship at a time, and that's why it's not available for the Silver Otter. Attached, yeah, attached to Saltmare, attached to Wavebreaker. Okay. So it's the same thing here. What about for the large ship when it comes to the flooring? It would be this one here, not available in settlement. Okay. We're going to set sail, and we're going to go across the channel here to Balgard. And I'll put you on pause. Okay, here we are at Balgard. This is what I wanted to look for. No, no, no. Yeah. More maneuverability. Okay, not available in settlement. Go to the salt mare. Look at the flooring. Not available in settlement. Okay. So then next... Oh, I don't have another city to go to. I think for right now I'm going to call that good. We are instead going to go back to Gretisfjord and we're going to look at what kind of T6 armor they have available. I'll bring you guys right back. And here we are at Gretisfjord. We'll go to trade. We will look at armor. We have all of these helmets. This is a tier 5, but it's better. They're all going to be tier 5. Okay, so 6440, 6742. So I'm going to equip my guy first. I have better. This one's a little bit tough for me to figure out because it involves math. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, carry the 1. That's going to be 15 again, 16. So it's 165 if I did my math right for what I'm wearing. Versus 10, carry the 1, 10, 16, 17. The Gilded Raider armor is a little bit better. A little bit. There you go. We got tier 4 gloves and tier 5 boots. Okay. Hit done. Leave. Just pick something. And we're gonna row our way to Thronderlag. Oh, I guess not. And this time I don't think I'm going to put you on pause, because it's just right down the coastline. Oh, I need to be recruiting too. I'm down to 46 days of food. Probably need to buy more food. We got plenty of sea raiders we can go at, which is something that's worth doing as a mercenary. How the heck did my mercenary contract jump to that kind of ridiculous... That's got to be some sort of a weird glitch. And if we go to trade and come over here to armor. Oh, there we go. That's a T6 helmet right there. That's way better. That's a lot of armor, man. 114, 74, and 40. I like that. Tier 1, keep scrolling. Tier 6 at 52 armor, I've got better. Keep scrolling. Tier 4. The hands, tier 4. And tier 5, okay. Alrighty then, let's go in here and equip our new people. Or equip our people with new stuff. Hand-me-downs. Okay. The rest of that stuff can be sold. And I need to plus up on food. Good enough. Okay, so we're at 112 days. And what else did I need to do? There was something that had occurred to me. Oh, I'm going to put you on pause. And I'm going to go search Kuzite lands for those long glaives again. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try this arena first, but I'll put you on pause. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of my Bannerlord 1.4 playthrough. We're playing as the Nords again. It's been a lot of fun so far. I think a couple years have passed since I last put you on pause, and indeed this is actually a totally separate recording from me. I'll have to stitch it all together in the video editor afterwards. But I sailed all the way down into what's kind of like the Mediterranean down here. I checked all of these towns for ship upgrades on my way down, these Valandian towns that you can see we are now at war with. I found oars. I was not able to find decking. I think the new decks are probably up here in this sort of Black Sea looking area. As mentioned, Valandia has recently declared war on us. I have tried this 6 ways to Sunday, guys. Because I'm right here, and because of my last experience where they were able to raid a bunch of our towns and get us into war exhaustion, I've tried to raid their towns. It's no dice, man. It takes forever and a day. I have to dip in and dip out, dip in and dip out, because they have swarms of armies that converge in on me. Now, on the one hand, I'm keeping those armies occupied, but on the other, I'm not achieving war goals, and I get trapped back here. I get bottlenecked, so F that. We're not going to do that anymore. We are going to go to the port. I tried it twice, man. Maybe it was 3 times. And it just is not working. Not for jack squat. So we're going to sail up here to Hvalvik, because I think this is going to be the main area. I need to find a Nord army to get embedded into. I want to help take castles and stuff. I need to be surrounded by my own people so that I can conduct operations. Go ahead and skip forward. Or, like, use fast speed is what I mean. And that shiznit is not happening down here in the south, where I am just lone wolfing it and getting eaten alive eventually. I may have to go in and tweak diplomacy, because if we continue to just simply lose wars because I can't do the lightning strikes, or my team's not doing as well as Valandia is with the AI and all, man, I'm not willing to accept that. That feels like it's breaking the game. There's Durthert. I'm not even paying attention to them. It is go, go, go. I want to take military objectives. So you can see they are raiding Lagshofen. Now they're raiding Gripsby. I don't know if they were able to successfully complete the raid on Lagshofen. That seemed rather short to me. A lot of Valandian ships sailing south. Here's our people. Alaric, I should be able to go knock him off of Gripsby. Repair. Go to the town center. Okay, we're gonna help and attack.
Warriors! Get moving!
That's 4 ranks steep, isn't it? I want to be 3 ranks steep. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And again, 3 ranks steep. I believe we are going to be able to sit right here and force them to come to us.
Soldier! Advance! Foeman! Hold your position! Infantry, move! Infantry, forward!
We are getting kills. $35 and $14 on the cav. Their cav is charging into their own flank, I guess to play defense.
Cavalry on me!
Oh, there they are. Okay.
Horse! Attack now!
Get out of my way, dude. I don't want to chase down archers, even if they're on mounts. I feel like I need to be playing right around here around my own archers. Nice. Oh, he got sat down in the middle of talking smack.
Die, you bastards!
Nice. Aldrich, I know you. from my Valandian days. Oh, come on. Lost all my momentum. Oh, I was chasing my own guy anyway. Come on, get through the forest. Nice. You have won the battle. Alright, that time we lost 5 troops. You are my prisoner. Take all of these guys. No, not all of them. Militia. What are we sitting at? Yeah, I'll take a couple of the younglings and then that's it. Legendary Valandian Heavy Lance, okay. Okay, so horse harnesses. Looks like. Yeah, promote the Huskarl as a companion. Take Hunter. And we're going to go to the keeper. We're going to donate that prisoner. Go to the dungeon. Donate prisoners. And it'll be Aldrich. Take the XP. 56 upgrades, nice. Okay, what do we got here for... I need 3 archers. Alright, excellent, man. Take a glance at what the war looks like. War progress is 0 for everybody. They have 1 successful raid. We've inflicted more casualties. They have more war exhaustion. This thing always throws me off because these feel like they belong to the one right below them, but they don't. They belong to the one above them. And then we are a little bit stronger. So really early in the war, things are looking decent. We want to even up this raid, which is what I'm going to see if I can do right now. Take hostile action, raid the village, attack. They have 120 troops in here. Oh, I forgot to get him all outfitted. Okay, well, we'll do that in a little while.
Infantry! Onward! Archer! Scout! Ace! Hear me! Stick to me!
Is he on foot? Yeah, he is on foot. Okay. We're already firing. Okay, so in that case... What are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? Let's get that going. I can't get off of there. Okay. Holy smokes! Get down! 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 Jiminy Cricket! That was a suicide run. I'm missing a lot. What? Is everybody running? They're all running. Okay. Whew. No deaths on my side. That was good. I'm assuming there's... Well, the one upgrade is going to be our new Huskarl. So I upgraded everything I could. We'll need to get you a glaive, but it's going to be a while, I would imagine. Okay, are we moving forward at speed? Yes, we are. This thing keeps giving me exclamation points. Talking about down here for characters leveling up. Yeah, it's a Vimy, mostly, I think. We're at war. Spare me your suicidal empathy, retard. Get out of here. You can be sure the other side isn't feeling that way. I'm a big believer that if you want to spare as many lives as possible when it comes to like large-scale fighting, conflicts, war, the more savage and brutal you are up front to break their spirit and get them to come to the table and come to terms and end the war, the more people you end up actually saving in the long run. I would probably add nuance to that the deeper I got into it, but that's just kind of one of my baseline ideas. You don't really pussyfoot around with this stuff. There's too much at stake. Whenever I say too much at stake, I mean the cost of human life. Blood, you know. You can't... I just don't really like the idea of trying to massage somebody slowly into a position where they're like, well, okay, I guess we can't fight anymore. No. No, shock and awe. Go to the tavern district. No. Go to trade. Okay, so our new guy here, Leaf, Ag, Vimy. Vimy needs a saddle. Vimy will get, I guess, this. Armor tier 2. I can't really tell what's better. This actually looks like it could be. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. You know what? For half the price, we're going to give him this. Oh, hold on. Did I take all 6? Here. I think I took all 6. Okay, there's just one here. 6,934. And what else can I do? Do you by chance have a swinging pole arm that's good? No, you don't. Okay. Well, what about a sword? I'll worry about that later. Hit done. Come over here. Grab the meat. And then donate for XP. 15 upgrades. Where are we at? 21 minutes of recording time. I've got to splice this together in the video editor with the part that you watched earlier, where I had put you on pause a couple years ago. Because I think that's about 30 minutes of time. Okay, Hakarshus is under siege. Let's see if they need any help. And if they don't, we're going to go raid. Okay, 2070. They don't need any help. We will instead raid the village of Hakarshus. Also, how are things now looking? Are we at war with Botania? No. What the hell? There, okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay, the UI is a little goofy there. Okay, we're 1-1 now. War progress is in our favor at this point in time. We've killed a lot more people. And war exhaustion is heavily towards them. We have a lot more people than they do. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. Okay. Clear that notification out right there for the character. Help themselves, take hostile action, raid the village, attack. Okay.
Warrior, advance, dispatch on horsemen to me.
And we're pretty much just, are they coming? No, they're holding their ground.
Yeah.
We're just bum rushing them, basically.
Archers.
Okay.
Horses. Charge. Yeah.
Let's get after their archers. Stop cutting me off, bro. Alright. So because of that idea I have about shock and awe, like be savage up front and try to break their spirits, my idea revolves around psychology. Break their will to fight. So there are some cultures out there that doesn't work up front the way that it does against most others, where if you were to just go in and absolutely slaughter them early, they don't care. Muslims are one group I can think of that's kind of like that. They're going to be pretty resilient against that because they have an embedded philosophy that if they die in service to Allah, they go to heaven and they get their 70 virgins. So they're actually incentivized to sort of suicide against you, right? Well, okay, so then what you have to do is you have to kill them in manners where they're forced to consume pork or things like that. You instead of shock and awe in an instance where you would go and you would obliterate a whole group of rebels as an example of this is what happens if you fight against us, you instead capture them. And then you put them in pens with pigs and you force them to live with the pigs, or you force them to live with dogs because that's anathema to them too. They hate dogs, right? It's really cruel. It's mean. I'm owning that up front. It's mean. It's cruel, but the whole thing is psychological. You are trying to break their spirits. And then you do public executions with bullets dipped in pig's blood, you know, or you use knives or things like the Blackjack Pershing level stuff, you know. And that takes away their incentive. You have to understand the culture you're fighting and then use that against them. That would be my approach. And other people do that. Other people do that. They do that to us. What's our weak point? Public sentiment. So what do they try to do? They try to make things last a really long time. They come to the peace table and make a deal, and then they break a deal. And they know that, like in this game right here, we're looking at war exhaustion. For fighting against Americans, you want to get the media on your side. You want to make the war unpopular through your own propaganda efforts with the American public, and then you want to stretch it out for as long as possible. They're doing the same exact thing. We have a different culture, so they take a different approach. Man, I have been listening to Asmongold's like 7-hour reading of the UK report on Muslim rape gangs, and it's an absolute farting horror story. You would think that the anger and outrage would be directly on the perpetrators themselves, and it kinda is, except for that those people are disgusting. I don't mean this about all Muslims, but there's a sect of Islam that is absolutely revolting to me. It's probably better to describe it, I don't know, man. I was about to dial back and say it's better to describe it as oil and water, because I'm sure they feel the same about us, so who's right in that scenario? Okay, notice I said I was going to say that. I'm not going to say that. You know why? Because they have a centuries-old tradition that raping non-Muslims is okay and encouraged. And man, I don't care what about your rights to your religious beliefs, or you know, who's right, who's wrong, everybody's got their take on I don't care. Whenever you adopt a policy like that, you are disgusting. You are human filth. And I don't support you in the least, and I think you should be executed like animals. Like, obviously not a wholesale all the way across the board, everybody. I've met Muslims that are fantastic people. I don't feel that way at all. But if you get caught doing this, you're not a human being. You have forfeited your humanity. You are a vampire thrall for Satan. And we should destroy you. That can't be allowed. There's evidence out there that like 10% of no, I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Something like 90% of crime is committed by 10% of the population. Repeat offenders. Well, in my opinion, repeat offenders should not be breathing. You kill them on sight. Through law and order, you make it a part of your legal system. Right? And then you wouldn't have this problem anymore. That's our issue, is that we tolerate disgusting things for far too long. And, but circling back to complete my thought, you would think that the brunt of the outrage would be against the perpetrators. But I kind of expect it from those people. That, like I say, those people that are guilty of doing grooming gangs, they're disgusting. They're subhuman. In my view, I'm using a very strong term there. There's a whole historical context to that. I am saying they are rats, rodents, roaches, subhuman. They should be wiped off the face of the earth. Right? It's a really, I'm using that statement on purpose. It's meant to be that strong. These are the people that I think that's true of. Some of the past historical context that we have where that's been used, it was misapplied. And that's what made it an atrocity. Here, it would be a righteous action. It would be justified. You should read some of the stories that are in this report. Individual stories. I've heard the stories that are written in this report of 3 girls so far. And it's horrible. This stuff is starting at less than 10 years old. In some cases, as early as 4 years old. You have no defense. None. But I kind of expect it from these people. Who I'm most pissed at and pissed about are the people that are enabling it. Guys, there was a story where a 13-year-old girl came into the police department and complained about being gang raped. You know what they did to her? They arrested her. They arrested a 13-year-old girl. You know what they arrested her for? This is the police. They arrested her for prostitution. Holy freaking smokes, you are so evil. And it gets worse. After she was put in jail for a couple days, if I'm remembering correctly, she was held there. Now, who knows maybe she was held there for her protection. I don't know, but I don't get the feeling that that's the case. I'm getting the feeling like the institutions of the United Kingdom are disgustingly corrupt and have a very twisted view on their worldview and humanity. It's really gross. And here's the part that gets worse. When they finally took her home, what happens is that these groomer gangs, they get to know a girl in the neighborhood and they harass her and they assault her for years. This is when she's a kid. She grows up with this being the norm. And eventually they force their way into her home. And they set up shop there and they live there with her. So when this cop took her home after she's been cited and arrested for prostitution at 13 years old, she drops her off at her home where her groomer gang is sitting there in the premises and tells the men there have fun with her. That guy right there shouldn't even be hung. He should be drawn and quartered. We need to bring back medieval punishments. These people, that's who I'm the most pissed at. These people in the UK who sold their own out because of some weird view of racism and bigotry need to be exited out of this life in the most horrific ways imaginable, is kind of what I'm thinking. In order to correct this wrong, again, shock and awe. You go hard, you go medieval. You put the fear of God back into people's souls. Because at the end of the day, philosophy takes a long time to get through, but everybody respects the pimp hand. Everybody respects pain, because pain is immediate and has immediate consequences. And you should make these people feel pain. And I don't know, you know, I mean, their system is completely upside down right now, but it seems to be slowly shifting. And once you have enough legal authority to do it, I mean, the report itself does say that. That's the most bright thing that I see in the whole thing, is that the report concludes that people must be punished, and it should not just be the perpetrators. The perpetrators should be executed, their families should be deported, and anybody caught in the web of enablement needs to be held to account, put on trial, and that can range from anything from prison time to maybe just being fired from a job and never allowed to work in that industry again, all the way up to capital punishment. It's just so shocking is not the word. It's abhorrent. It makes your skin crawl. It angers you. It makes the hair stand up on the back of your head. The things that have happened that this report details. Holy smokes. Keir Starmer and Sadiq Khan being two of them. The report is very thorough, and it goes through with an analytical view of the people and institutions of power that either turned a blind eye or flat out completely enabled it or ran smokescreens in defense for the perpetrators. All under the auspices, is that the right word? All under the pretext of defending against racism and bigotry. Holy smokes, you know how to make the world more racist and more bigoted? Keep doing this shiznit, you absolute imbeciles. Let's set sail. Boy, I'm pissed. I don't even think I can say I'm pissed yet. I'm outraged. And shocked. I'm not too shocked because I've been seeing this happening for a long time. I lived in Europe. I've had personal reasons that I'm not going to get into to be monitoring what's been happening in Europe on this particular area for decades now. I've been following this for a long time. So it's not totally surprising. I've been in the know. But I think it has been surprising maybe to see the institutional corruption. And the reasoning used is just shocking. And hearing something like a cop dropping... like a police department charging a 13-year-old with prostitution when she came in and complained about being gang raped, and then dropping her off and telling the men there have fun with her. That's surprising to me. Even knowing all the things that I did know, which wasn't super deep, but like I've been paying attention. It's not super deep because the governments have suppressed this information, but of the people in the general population that were going to have a finger on the pulse of this, I'm at like the second level. I would consider the first level to be those who live there, Europeans themselves, especially the blue collar level that are having to endure and live through all of this. And then the second level are people like me who had vested personal interests to be monitoring this from abroad and getting whatever news I can on what's happening there. And then, gosh, it was something else I was going to say about that. I don't remember now. That was all kind of leading to a point, but I don't remember what it was. But man, it's really bad, guys. I really do. I would like to encourage you to go. Asmongold is the place that I know that it's at, and I don't know Asmongold that well. I think I've watched 10 videos of his over the years. Now, and of those 10, I think maybe like 3 of them I disagreed with, and that's because, as far as I can tell, he's kind of more of a libertarian, where I'm a very staunch pro-Trump, pro-MAGA guy. So sometimes Asmongold will take positions that I'm like, that's frickin' retarded, dude. And I'll be kind of mad at him for a little bit. But of the 10 or so videos I watched, I think 3 of them I disagreed with. The rest, he seemed to be making a lot of sense to me, and yet this guy gets tons of flack. You know, I'd always heard that Asmongold is a horrible person and stuff like that. I don't think so. And so what I'm letting you know is that I don't really know a whole lot about him or what all of his positions are. But he's the one that I know of, he's the only one I know of, that spent an entire 8-hour stream just reading word for word. And he has some dyslexia, so it's difficult for him to get through it all the time. He has to repeat himself sometimes. But everybody should go listen to a half hour of it, man. It's an 8-hour stream. Listen to 30 minutes. That's like the first 40 pages of it. Just to be aware of what's happening. I don't care if you're left or right. This isn't a left or right issue, man. If you can't get on board with protecting preteen girls against horrific, repeated gang rape and grooming, you know what grooming does to a girl? Or not just a girl, a boy too. Children, man. You know what grooming does? In a lot of cases, it gets them to associate rape with affection. It's a lot deeper than just the physical violation of somebody at the soul level. It really gets down into shaping them as a person for the rest of their lives. If you voted for Barack Obama twice and Joe Biden once and you hate Trump, can you not feel empathy in this area? Everybody should listen to Asmongold go over the first 30 minutes of this. 30 to 45, I think it's 30 minutes. In 30 minutes he gets to the first 40 or 45 pages. And just to simply be aware of some of the things happening out there. It shouldn't be a left or right issue. It's made into a left or right issue by people who want to protect their positions of power. Let go of that for a minute. And just get a read on... Now, maybe there's going to be counter arguments. Check those out also. I'm not telling you not to, but you should listen to the report for yourself. Just 30 minutes worth should be a real serious eye-opener for you, that because there's personal stories in there that cover years of these girls' lives. Years from like 7 to 10 years old up until young adulthood, or sometimes just into their teenage years. And you should get the human perspective on this. We're going to take hostile action here. which I realize after what I was just talking about sounds kind of funky, but we're at war with Valandia. And this is going to be a seaside attack. And then we're going to save this episode. And it looks like it's going to be a long episode. Now that said, for those of you who are liberals, or maybe you're libertarian, that's the style of a libertarian that leans left, I've made my appeal to you. Okay, you should go. It's 30 minutes. You can do that while working out, or you could listen to a podcast while you take a walk outside or something. It's not much. But that's my appeal to you. So now I'm switching gears. Okay, this is not for you. I'm not interested in how you feel about it. But that UK government is liberal. All of Europe is liberal. It's intensely liberal. And there are people out there that do not care about ideological perspectives. They will hijack a movement, a political party. All of us are saying the same thing. Look at what people say about Donald Trump, you know, about him hijacking. But you don't have anything. Even Epstein. Epstein is like a playground compared to what's going on over here. I mean, at least we threw that guy in jail. He's protected as all get out. But what's been happening in the UK is orders of magnitude larger than Epstein. Now, I think you could make a case for it being related, because Epstein seems to have the political class captured, which is what allows for stuff like this to happen, right? You could probably make that argument. I'm not trying to get into a fight over it. I don't want to dismiss your claims if you're a big Epstein guy, right? But I am saying that this is a far more widespread, endemic, and complete, like the entire country is captured. And I have doubts that they're captured by, I mean, some of them are captured by Epstein, but this seems to be Muslim-led. This seems to be Muslim-led. When was the last time you saw Muslims and Israelis working together on stuff like this, right? I think you can have two different things happening at the same time. But this one with the Muslim neighborhoods, it comes down to their beliefs, and so it's much more widespread culturally. Whereas Epstein is more of an operation. Am I making sense there? Epstein is more of an operation. The Muslim thing is a cultural view. It's been in place for centuries on end. They have been enslaving and raping European women for centuries. And I believe it's the left that is captured by what we're starting. We have a name for it now. It's called Third Worldism. And that's kind of my overall point. And we're seeing this same thing is kind of happening here in America. We're not seeing it, I don't think, on the widespread rape front. But look at all these people out there fighting ICE. Because they want to stand up for the poor, oppressed, illegal immigrant. Well, what about the whole poster full of American children, mostly women, who were raped and murdered? Where's your heart for that? Because I don't see it. I think you're very selective in who you cry for. And this is all done through, I don't really think that it's because all liberals are just vampire thrall evil people. I don't think that's the case. I think it's because propaganda. And that's the big warning sign here, is that there are people that are in power that align with the left that will absolutely sell you down the river for power, because they don't care. The only thing they care about is their own power. And the left gives them a vehicle to that, because the left is the one where this attack over colonialism, anti-colonialism, protect the minority, oppressor versus oppressed, that's where all of that ideology resides at. So it's perfect for them. That's kind of what I'm trying to get to. I was having a hard time coming up with how to explain that. What they're promising you on the left, these politicians, is not anywhere remotely close to what they're delivering. They're just getting up there and they're telling you what you want to hear, and you're getting played for patsies. And it's enabling the worst kinds of things on the street level in the community to happen. I wonder what this was about. Did we take that castle back? Let's find out. Yes, okay, good. So I'm going to consider that a win for the Nords. Now that the war's over, we're going to go ahead and sail into Ostican. And ransom these guys back and sell our equipment. Well, probably use our equipment for ranking up. Tavern District. We're gonna have to sell some food, probably. Nope, it looks like we'll be alright, but we have a whole bunch of food. So, I think actually yes. Let's bring it down to 50. So this episode ended up being longer because late in the game I started thinking about that. Oh, I shouldn't have given that. I gave that food away. I just threw it on the ground because it doesn't help me with XP. Alright, 16 troops have upgraded. By the by, do you have any swinging pole arms? Not good ones. You got a bill hook. Weapon reach is 113. Maybe I'll take that for now. It's this guy and we'll do that. Okay. Is there anything else? I think that's it. I think that's all I have to do for this episode. I don't want to leave. We're just going to save it right here. Go to YouTube. YouTube or Rumble. I think you can find it on both. Type in UK Rape Gang Report Asmongold TV. You should be able to find it that way. It's about an 8-hour stream. Watch at least 30 minutes of it. That's my challenge to everybody out there. Alright, again, I'm Aesop Grim. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. And I'll see you in the next episode, where this story continues.
This place. Ain't no such thing as civilized. It's man, so in love with greed, he has forgotten myself and